Hey Bruce, how you doing, man? You are the first one. Yeah, you missed a couple of the last ones. So anyway, glad to see you. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. Let me get my mic up here a little closer. Does the sound okay, Bruce? Hello, hello. Any sound? Hello, can you hear me? Hi, Bruce. Hi, Alex. Can you guys hear okay? Okay, great. Is it clear? Is it too high, too low, too loud, too soft? Okay. Hi, Michael. Clear. Oh, good. Okay, good. Great. Hey, Steve, Jack. Okay. Boy. Hey, Redskins. The What I wanted to talk about today was or is uh, so many things all wrapped up in one. Let me see if I can put. I'm trying the the ability to see opportunity is crucial to I think really getting some great buys in watches. And what I that was how come I wanted to start it with Louis Pasteur's dictum. Hi, David. Um, about that fortune favors the prepared mind. Now, the full context of that statement is uh, in the field of observation, chance favors the prepared mind. Now, he was talking about, I like watches. What he was talking about is in research, which was pretty much my background. And also, too, one of the things I became a real Sherlock Holmes fan. And by that I mean I read the all of Sherlock Holmes stories, and the big thing was things that are what you might say are seen but unnoticed. People what they're looking for and what they see and so forth. And that's why Pasteur's comments always got me. Let me start off with something that happened I thought was so cool. And they may be here today. One of the guys who used to, or still does, I don't know, used to watch the channel. Uh, I was one day talking about a watch that was by Cartier, and Cartier, as you may know, is can be problematic about their movement. Hi, Luke. Um, and there was so with a Cartier, you're sort of like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Hey, Rudy. Um, hey, Basil. Um, and, and this was the watch was the Cartier Monopousser, and it was the movement in that watch was made by a company called THA. And THA was founded in 1996 by three guys. One was Vianney Halter. You may have heard of him. Denis Flagolet. He was the founder of Bethune, and Francois Paul Journe, FP Journe. So here these guys, three of the, now best known, some of the greatest watchmakers alive today, and they were the ones that made the movement in this particular watch. Only this one watch, and the name of the caliber was 045 MC, and it was by THA. Okay, so anyway, I've always sort of kept an eye on this watch, and I've seen it, every now and then, and it comes around, and you can find it, and they're always around about 15,000. Um, and so this one guy was telling me he was looking for a particular watch, and they there was some dealer they were dealing with, and they couldn't quite get things right. Hey, Clyde, how you doing, man? And and so the guy who was telling me this story, he said then he saw one of these watches that the guy had at a really good price, and he got it. I mean, it's that kind of thing, and he got it for a fantastic price. And so here he has this watch with one of the greatest movements, made by these outstanding watchmakers, better than anything that Cartier had before or has had since. It's just amazing though. But the thing of it is that this is the whole idea is that fortune favors the prepared mind. This guy happened to know about that particular watch. Hi, Sonny. Um, and this is sort of what I wanted to talk about is that knowing about any watch is and it can be a popular watch or it can be one not so popular. And it's usually with the ones that are not so popular where you can find the best deals. There was one watch that I saw today, and I think it was a Rolex Datejust. I think it was 31 millimeters, but I'm not positive. I think but it was pretty small. And the person who had it said, "Oh, yeah, that's a boy's model." I'd never heard of that before. But it was an interesting thing to learn about. Now, I don't exactly have the kind of risk that'll deal with that. Um, yeah, Clyde, you're right. That's the same thing that Ford said. The harder he works, the luckier he gets. I think that's true. I think that the better informed you are, if you're working at anything, you're working at information, uh, trying to get more information about watches. It's a lot of fun, I think. I think it. I mean, the idea that someone just says, "Oh, gee, you do so much work on this stuff." I'm playing, man. I'm not working. I I like going out and finding out about stuff. I mean, I think that sort of watch collectors. That's what we do. Now, I suppose if you get yourself wrapped up in one brand, you like brand X and that's it. Well, okay, fine. The thing to do is learn as much about brand X as possible, I suppose. But I find all kinds of things that I like. Now, Cartier, as a particular example, is not one that I have a great deal of feeling for. I mean, the one that I think most people talk about is the tank. Um, but the the whole idea is that hey, they're gems in the coal mine. Bruce, you're right. I agree. The hunt is more fun than the eventual purchase. Oh, your AP. You got an AP. Wait a minute now, Clyde. That's a new one on me. Tell me about the AP. How did you find that, and what about it? Offshore Navy thing. Okay. Is this the new one, Clyde? No? Yes? Okay. Um, anyway, well, so this is what I wanted to kick around with you guys. Have any of you run into that or have a story about that? Say, well, I was this watch I wanted for a long time. It hasn't been available. most recently, the thing that happened to me, I'd been looking for I had been, I hadn't so much been looking for one. I had wanted a Lang& and Heim for a long time. They were just, they were, I think the bottom price of them was about 22,000 bucks. Oh, I've seen it before. Okay. I think I know the one you're talking about now. And some guy out of the blue says, "Oh, hey, they're having this deal going at half price." Wow. And I took advantage of it. And the thing of it was this was part of communicating. Okay, he got, hey, and that's something. How's it going? Um, hey, Rich, buddy. Uh, Guys that are just signing on, we're talking about knowing stuff, and because of that, we've been able to find things. Yeah, happy Easter, everyone, too. Isn't there Passover also? I mean, there's all kinds of things going on right now. Got to give Rudy props for turning me on to the brand. Yeah, Rudy is. On the High Horology Lounge, I put up three really nice APs that belong to somebody. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. So let's anybody have a good story about find something you knew about something not everybody knows. It's Passover last night. I know it's close by. Um, yeah, you need to do your homework. That's for sure. Hey, I've run into like I don't know how many, a lot of those. Now maybe I run into more of them, not because I'm so good at it, but rather because a lot of the watches I like are sort of off the beaten path, so to speak. Like this guy, my H. Moser, I got that for a song and brand new, and it's been just a fantastic watch. And now they shot back up to way up there again. I have no idea why. I don't know what drives the market. Some I know with some brands what drives it, but in terms of just in general, why something comes along. Oh God. Hey, Dr. A and B, how's it going? We buy FP. Yeah, that's true. Those are the only trouble with FP is that they're really expensive. I like them. I mean, there's no two ways about it. But you know something about the FP Journes is that they're probably more affordable than any of the tip top watches. These guys, this Langenheim in stainless steel was like they're in the 20s. You can get a pre-owned FP Journe in platinum for around the same price. Okay, off the beaten path of where it is. I had an amazing deal with my Moser as well. Oh, I love Mosers. It's very cynical. A lot of undervalued watches seem to come back up again. That's what I always hope for, and I'm always looking for too. I had the opposite. I could have bought a Moser about 18 months ago, but hesitated, and now they have shot up. Yeah. Clyde's got a story like that too. I'm having a tough time choosing between two grails of mine, a rose gold Langone or a rose gold Chronomet Souverain. What do I think? Man, I'd go with a Chronomet Souverain in a minute. I like the Langs, H Langs, I really do. Um, I like the Lang and Heims better, but I haven't seen any downward shift at all in their prices. I mean, they don't. they haven't. Not only are they not available, they don't seem to go down. Passed on a Moser for 8K a year and a half ago. I did not make the same mistake twice. Yeah, that's a good thing. I think the blues is my next exit watch. Yeah, the blue, that thing is really, really super popular. And knowing the people who have them, I can see why they just love that watch. I like the platinum. I like that a whole lot. And there's nothing wrong with the blue. I got my blue in my Beauvais, blue Beauvais. But the FP Journe blue, out the door of FP Journe, they're the least expensive of all of the Souverain watches, are the Chronomet Souverain line of watches. But after you get them, the price goes up. So those of you who like a good watch and a good investment, boy, those are hard to beat. Um, Chronomet Souverain, 110%. A-Lang are not increasing in price at the same rate. No, yeah, that happened to my Chronomet Souverain went up. The one I got went up about, I think it went up about 7,000. But you know, one of the things with me, it doesn't matter because I'm not interested in reselling them. I want to keep them all. Um, let's see. I'd go for a blue if I could. I like the Sylvain as well. Who knows? Maybe one day. Maybe you can. I know these are not inexpensive watches. Um, they're certainly not inexpensive to have serviced either. Okay, let's see what's going on. Yeah, I got oh, I hate to tell you this, but I will. This is a story that happened to be with a Spanish watch company. I got a message from a guy, and he was interested in an FP Journe um, resonance in platinum with a brass movement. Okay, these were early FP Journe, not unlike my gold one, except the ones they made in platinum back then with a brass in the movement were far more rare, very rare. So this guy in Spain had advertised one, and so this guy gets in touch with me. He says, "What do you think?" And I said, "Man, that sounds like a great deal." He said, "Well, I'm going to go to Basel World, and what I'll do is that I'll stop by and pick it up." So he sends the guy down payment on, I think it was like 5 or 7 thousand, something like that. And the deal on the watch was really very good. I think it was like 30 something $1,000, and now they're probably up 60, 70,000 for the same watch. So the guy he goes to the store in Spain, and the guy says, no, he upped the price on him. After, it's like, okay, well, he got his deposit back, but I guess the guy did his homework, or the guy who owned the at the store did his homework and found out that the watch was worth a lot more. So that can happen. I got my white gold Endeavor. Oh, center seconds for 8. Hey, geez, whoa, what a deal you got! 8K for a white gold Endeavor. That's Yeah. This is the thing about the I tell you something where they are right now. Something very strange. Well, maybe it's not too strange. Um, in fact, I've made an offer on it. I really had a low ball offer on an H Moser that was available, and they told me to take a hike. So, but I'm patient. So I see the same watch again. It was at Shop Worn, and then I see it, and it's at Touch of Modern. And all of the ones, they had moved them all from Shop Worn to Touch of Modern. Hey, Renee. So here, hi, Robin. So we this is going on. So, but I recognize all the watches again from lurking, and so here this watch shows up again, and and so I thought, well, I'll see if I can lowball it with these guys. But then I found out that the watch that I liked, it didn't. It was the one that was sort of within hand grenade range of what I wanted to pay. It had gone up $1,000. I thought, this is going to be a little harder than I thought. So anyway, so those kinds of things, it's always lurking, being very patient, keeping your eyes open on these things. Um, yeah, you live and learn, no kidding. Um, Great deal. Let's see. Did have import into Canada and pay duties. That was less enjoyable. Yeah. Hey, Robin, what are you doing? Been on. Oh, Robin, you work for Paddock Philippe, or because I really enjoy those. I really enjoy the magazines. All I've got with Paddock Philippe right now is my little um, Calatrava, but man, I like those. You know, I tell you, there's some other watches. One of the interesting things that happened with Patek Philippe, they dropped the men's line of gondolas, and I guess they weren't that popular. It seems like everything I like's not that popular. If I start liking it, they drop it. That happens, but that's not a bad thing because once they drop it from their line, oftentimes the price goes down. Tell them to lower the price. Hey, Flop here. Passed on a Paddock Golden Ellipse. Yeah, they have trouble with the ellipses, I think. But man, they're hanging on to this, so I guess they must be selling. There was a big issue of in the Paddock Philippe magazine, and they had a story of the ellipse, the golden ellipse. Very interesting kind of thing. It's a watch I've never been able to quite to warm up to, but it doesn't mean I couldn't. That's another thing I found out. A lot of watches that I didn't care for when I first saw them, boy, now I just thought, man, those are neat watches. Oh, okay, Robin, you just print the magazines? Okay. Well, now listen, Robin, if you can, you know the one magazine that they send you a free sample of a Patek Philippe. Make sure that goes to me, okay? Tudor is the best lower tier watch. Um, yeah, Tudor is really a trip. Really is. Hey, Zeus, Vince Tenier, how you doing? Okay, the new ellipse is beautiful. You know, actually, all of the ellipses are beautiful. I it's something though. You know, again, okay. No, Robin's working on behalf of Patek. He's on a mission. Okay, Jesus. All right, let's see. Uh, Vince Tenier, tell me about the new channel that you got going. And if I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry about that. 24 karat Arab Felix, how you doing, man? All right, got some more stories, you guys, about the finding some real gems that other people miss. These are finding diamonds in the coal mine. Got any more stories? Okay, yeah, I'm glad to hear there's no trolling. You're the guy, 24 Arabia Felix. If you had been here earlier, you would have heard me tell the story about how you found that Cartier that was made by THA that Vanelli Halter, Denise Flagrolet, and FP Jorn made. You're the guy that had it. Yeah, I know. That was a neat story. I love that. There have been tons of deals up here in the Canadian forums in the last year and a half. Oh, cool. What do you think about the 5220? Oh boy, paddock fleet? Dr. A and B, what is that? Describe the model. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. Some of you guys are really good at that. I'm not, except for a couple. There was a Brigade Classique with enamel dial for 10 to 12K CAD. There was decently priced Laurent Ferrier. Oh, wow, those are nice. When you talk about a decently priced Laurent Ferrier, what is decently priced? Because I know they start off around 40,000. So what would be a decent price? And Brigade Classique. I like the Brigade Classique. The Brigade Classique and Tradition. These are a couple watches I've been paying a lot more attention to. 30K, yeah. That's hi Jamie. Uh yeah, that's yeah, they're fairly dear. Yeah, one of the things I sort of got turned off to Laurent Ferrier when I was in New York. We went into Cellini's and tried them on, and they seemed awfully light. And I went back there a few weeks ago with another guy, and we were looking at them, and we pulled out another one, and boom, it was heavier and everything else. And it was simply the ones that I had been looking at were lighter. I think at the time I had on, I think I had my platinum FP Journe on. That's a nice. I like the heft on a watch. Okay, best deal of the year so far is a Kapla XL for 2K. Oh wow, that is a good deal. Fan of Jose Fury. Okay, well, Laurent Ferrier. Laurent Ferrier used to be a race car driver. He was, I think he raced with. They weren't on the same team, but they were racing at the same time as Paul Newman. So, a piece of trivia. Um, yeah, these are the kinds of things. This is another thing that you can find some great buys on is that if they're in a color that isn't everybody's piece of cake. I have a robin egg blue Culpa that I absolutely love, and the the I think that the blue color was the guy had a real hard time selling it, and I got it for a great price, not 2K, but pretty close to that. Okay, what are some other good watch stories you guys have? Trying to think of. Oh, yeah, I got a great watch story. One of my best ones. This watch is my outlaw watch. I call it my outlaw watch because it has a Jacquet 736 movement. And what was it? Jean Pierre Jacquet was the guy that had to go to jail. But before he did, I mean, he made some really interesting movements. And so when this came up for sale, um, I was just sort of looking around, and apparently the guy had been having a heck of a time selling it. He kept lowering the price, and so I just thought, some days you have those days, yeah, I'll just give it a shot, and they're not gonna go for it, and they did. I offered the guy half of what he was asking. He wasn't asking that much by the time I bought it. I got a heck of a good deal, but this is the kind of things. There are a couple more watch makes that have this movement in it, and they're few and far between, believe me, and they're fun to have. And so this is another one that I sort of been looking for, and there's like certain Dunhills that have them, and certain other watches like that have the Jacquet 736. RGM has them too, but they're pretty expensive. So on that. Speaking of Jacquet movement, there's a great deal on Jacquet Droz GMT Tonga watch that is these very movements, very underpriced. That ends something. Let me tell you, that Jacques Droz GMT Tonnet is the guy's in Russia. I think the guy who's selling it is in Russia, and you can't buy from Russia. If he's the one I'm thinking of, NS something. If you got another site for that, let me know. That is the watch. They're only in black, and which isn't my favorite dial color because I have a hard time reading the black one. I have a few ones that I really like, but it can be rough. There's one in the UK too, I think, or there used to be. Yeah, I think it's the same guy. I thought it was in the UK too. Now maybe there is, but what happened was that I sort of followed it down and it wasn't there. They had one with a white dial too, but they're gone. Yeah. Yeah, I sort of I'm always scanning for those, and I put in a pretty low ball offer on for that one and didn't get it. That happens a lot too. I have a bad story. I was called a few months ago by the Rolex authorized dealer, and he said that my SS Daytona had arrived. When I went to collect it, he asked for 18,500. Whoa, whoa! Paddock discontinued Gondolo. Yes, I mentioned that. Why are rectangular watches so disliked? I don't know. I like them. I like them a lot. Um, some people, I mean, they're just not popular. I don't know. People like round watches. So who knows? Hi, Mohammed. What are you guys talking about today? We're talking about knowing stuff so you can get good deals. When I asked why he stated they raised their prices to compensate for the gray market. Okay. Oh man, that's so lame. That is so lame. Hmm. I'd call Rolex and let them know about that. Yeah. Yeah, like Rolex is gonna listen to you. They don't care. Yeah, he is their largest AD in the world. Hey Jeffrey, how you doing, man? Uh they'd lose a dealership for that. Well, knowledge and luck are the only advantages the average guy has in this field. You're right. I tell you, knowledge, but like you said, the hard work, the luckiest people, I think, are the ones who are the most prepared, do the most work on it. All I ended up with was 50th anniversary Sea Dweller as an apology. Well, I mean, that's not so bad. Okay. You know, one of the things is that I still, still have a hankering for that for the Cellini Prince from Rolex. But the thing is that what I keep hearing is more and more horror stories about Rolex, the way they treat their customers, and that's too bad. For retail price, not free. Yeah, retail price is a lot. Oh, I see. Yeah, I I don't mess with them. If I ended up with a Rolex, it'll be that Cellini Prince, and it'll be on a good deal. This is the funny thing because a lot of their other ones I like. I just like other ones more. I like how a rectangular watch feels on my wrist. Yeah, same here. There was one I was looking at today. It's a Gruen called a Gruen, and this is an old one. It's back from the 40s, called a Gruen Curve X. And the Gruen Curve X goes around the wrist. This one's got, I think you can see it. I don't know. See, this one does it, wraps around too. This is a big watch. This is a great big watch. Um, you only collect watches or other stuff too. Um, like I have seen most watch collectors are into some other kind of stuff. Not really. I, I, a lot of people collect stuff. I'm not. The only thing I collect are watches. I'm really not much of a collector. When I have a hobby, um, different kind. When I used to fly, I didn't collect airplanes. I had one airplane. In fact, I had a half one. This other guy and I owned it together. Um, Hypotech or FP produce watches if nobody can buy them, even if they can afford to buy. I think all brands went to gray market sale for higher prices. Um, Dr. A and B, Patek Philippe and FP Journe, believe me, they do, this is an incredible market of people with the kind of money that most of us just don't have. We'll put it that way. But there are certain people with just like tons and tons of money that they love watches, and let me put it this way: they enter by a different door than we do. All right, I think we go in the side door or the back door. They got the front door. Um, Luke, I like the Rolex Cellini from Germany. We spoke about finally sold it for. Oh, the guy did sell it 6,700. That's not a bad price. That's very close to what I would have probably picked it up for. But that's what in dollars, that's around a little over 7,000. I have a collection of RC helicopters. That's cool. Wow. A collection of RC helicopters. We don't need to touch we don't need to touch a door. Yeah, that's true. Hey Rasher, how you doing, man? So far, I think the best watch company I have dealt with from the basis of customer service is AP. They really go beyond. The one I've had the best luck with has been FP Journe. Man, they've been very good to me. Um, a decent deal right out now is a Ulysse Nardine monopusher chrono with THA movement. Really? Okay, that sounds pretty good. That's in fact that sounds very good. Ulysse Nardine had one. Is that the same movement the 045MC THA did that's in the Cartier monopusher? Oh, it is the same one. Ah, okay, that's good to know. Now that's one worth getting too. Um, the well, a couple years ago, Ulysse Nardine won a big prize for their regatta. I love that regatta they had, but that was hard to get because they had such a cool video showing it. Michael producer gets complimentary women flowing. Whoa, Mike, Michael the producer gets complimentary flown to him by Jacob and Company. What is that? Why? I don't know. What would you do with a complimentary woman? Jesus Christ. There's something wrong with that. Uh, back in the day, they used to have these parties that the two different groups. One was the American Booksellers Association. They had a party. They had some that were just unbelievable. And also the up in Silicon Valley crowd back in the 80s. I did a lot of stuff with them at that time. And they're, like I said, their parties you can't exactly talk about at this point. But with watch companies, I'm not surprised. Um, Ludwig is a genius. Okay. Um, oh, wait a minute. Oshlan, he's the guy. That's Dr. Oshlan, right? Isn't there? Is he the same guy who did the design on the ox and something or other that made the perpetual calendar watch with like using 9 parts or something, Rasher? Yep, same guy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that he was associated with Ulysse Nardine. Yeah, this guy's super brilliant. Um, Guy bought 4 Astomias in 6 months. Oh. At secondhand prices, nothing beats the value in UN. Oh, okay, that's good to know. That's another one. Hey, Bill. Hey, how you doing, man? You still making watches, Bill? I'm working on one now. I hope to finish it up the next day or so. Part of that millet. By the way, too, I don't know if any of the rest of you guys are on here. How many of you got into that? The military watch project. We got a bunch of guys making our military watches. You got to get into you, and you'll have to start wearing the blue beret. Yeah, no kidding. Oh yeah. Bill, what do you which one, well, what kind of watch you working on? I've been looking at a movement I discovered that I really like, and this um is an ETA 7751. Everyone's heard of this, and it was originally a Valjoux. That thing has got more functions on it, and once you get your hands on the movement and the dial, and you get enough hands, you can put those things together. I've seen a UN perpetual calendar at 11,000. Yeah, yeah, that's these are anything over. Yeah, I'm trying to get in a lower, an old retro watch from the 60s. Oh, that's cool. Go perpetual calendar near me for 8K. Wow, that's um I have a UNM Platinum limited edition where the power reserve wheel rotates. Just amazing for 8K. Wow, those are good prices. You know, the funny thing about platinum on the market, on the straight commodities market, platinum costs less than gold right now for some weird reason. But on the watch market, platinum's always more expensive. Chance Faves was it quoted by the bad guys and Stevens. Oh no, Jeffrey. It was it. Oh, it was if it was quoted, they were quoting Louis Pasteur. It was not a Steven Seagal, but it would apply to Steven Seagal. Okay, the UN automation minute repeaters are really nice and fun. Always get comments. Whoa, you got a minute repeater rasher. That's impressive. Um, oh, Muhammad, that freak line. I love those watches, but I, they tend to be fairly expensive. But I think those are very cool. That Geo isn't very compelling. Okay. Oh, Ving. I'm not sure who Ving is. Oh, really? Okay. Whereas platinum is 100%. Ah, okay. It's good to know. Platinum price is an anomaly. It's undervalued. Yes, Rich Buddy, that's exactly right. If you can find a good deal on a platinum watch now, in fact, on a used market, you can. This is why I still think one of the best deals around, if you really want to have a Chronomet Blue and you can't get one because they're just not available, get a. Uh, I like the Souverain. Uh, what is it called? The Chronomat Souverain in platinum. I like it better. This was a watch that F.P. Jorn gave to George Daniels. Of all of the watches he could have given him, he gave him one of those and put his little marker on it. And mine has been great. The other thing that they have that a blue doesn't have is that they have a power reserve indicator. Now, the thing that's really cool about the blue, beside the way the color works, is that they're made of tantalum. You can take those things. I think they make tanks out of that stuff. Really, very powerful. Aquaterra. You know, I gotta get an Omega sooner or later because I really want to get. I don't have a watch with a uh, coaxial. And so, Clyde, if that's a good deal, I'll take a look at those. I bought several Bitcoins at 35 per coin. 1 month later, they're at 53. Did you get rid of them then, Rich Buddy? When they were at 53, those things go all over the place. palladium watches are undervalued as they now sell for cheaper than platinum. I thought that palladium was cheaper than platinum. I mean, to begin with, I guess I that out of ignorance more than anything else. But there were some palladium watches I saw that, nah, I don't want palladium. But you're right, they are selling for less. Undervalued. Okay. Whoa. All right. That's good to know. AT with dial pattern going horizontal, 6 instead of 3. All right. Platinum is 850. Platinum is, yeah, that's not very much. My Bitcoin one day will buy, oh man, buy your 150,000. I hope so, Rich. I'm too chicken to touch that stuff. Hey guys, listen, what do you think about, oh yeah, I already told you, Mohammed, I like the freak line, the UN freak line. Look, I'm sort of over my stay, so I'm gonna have to go. I promised that I'd just be here for half an hour, but we've gone on for 45 minutes. Listen, I want to thank everybody for coming, and tomorrow we got another review. Hope you guys like it, and hope to see you then. Take care.